What's up, guys? It's a moment for Meathead to Meatless, and today I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit controversial depending on who you talk to, and that is, should you make your kids go vegan? Should you allow your kids to go vegan? Should your kids be vegan? Etc., etc. So for you guys that have kids or maybe will have kids in the future, um, you might find this interesting. So once again, this is just my opinion. This is how I feel about things, and you guys, pretty much the reason why I'm making this is to validate people out there who already feel the way that I'm going to speak about. If you don't feel the way that I'm going to speak about, that's your business. That's cool. I respect it. Now respect mine. Um, so, so that being said, if you have a child, right? You have a child that you make that child vegan. You're vegan, and so naturally the child is vegan as well. You're not going to be vegan, and then you're like, well, I'm going to feed my kid meat, because if you believed in the ethics of veganism, then you wouldn't feed your child. It just wouldn't make any sense, right? Because it goes against the ethics of what you believe in. So most people, they have kids and their kids eat what they eat, right? Only usually people feed their kids worse than what they eat, right? Because you'll eat crap, or maybe you'll eat, a little better than crap, but you'll feed your kids like maybe some good meals and a lot of junk, Pop Tarts and cereal and sugar, right? The kids will eat sugar, they'll eat junk, they'll eat preservatives, they'll eat all this stuff. So most people are feeding their kids junk, right? So that's just the truth, okay? So for some reason, if you say that your kids are gonna be vegan, a lot of people they freak out, like it's like child abuse or something like that. And I think what people need to understand is that, number one, when kids are born, we don't ask them what they want to eat. Okay, we give them breast milk. The mothers give them breast milk, and I don't give them breast milk, but the mothers give them breast milk, and then they graduate from that to eating solid foods, and we put meat in their mouth before they know what it even is. So before they even have a chance to make any decision themselves about what's right, what's wrong, what they agree with, what they disagree with, we never ask them or anything. We just put meat right in their mouths. Meat, cow's milk, eggs, all this goes right into the kid's mouth as soon as they can eat it. Now, if we were to take and show, because if you want to talk about like, oh, it's not fair to make your kid vegan, so on and so forth, if we were to take and we were to show those kids what happens for them to get that food, if we were to show them the animals, show them the animals being killed, show them the animals being chopped up and so on and so forth, and then put in a package, and then we cook that, and then we feed them that, then the kids might feel a little different, but they can't make that decision until they get a little bit older, right? We're already feeding them meat at a really young age before they can ever make that moral decision. So we have to make it for them, at least for a while. So with all of the major health organizations around the world saying that a plant-based diet is healthy, obviously an appropriate plant-based diet is healthy for everyone of all ages. Now, what is that? Does that mean, oh, you have to be super, it's hard to get a vegan diet, right? It's hard to get all the nutrients. No, you can't be an idiot, okay? You can't live off of Oreos. You understand what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. So just like you can't live off of only chicken, you know what I mean? You can't live off of only Oreos. You can't live off of only potatoes. Actually, you can live off of only potatoes, and some people have done it and improved all of their blood work, but that's not a good idea. It's not a good thing to do. We all know that. You're a retarded person if you just decide, I'm going to live the rest of my life on potatoes or Oreos or French fries. Like, first of all, it's monotonous, it's boring, nobody wants to do it. And second of all, you're not getting nutrient diversity. It's not good for you. Everybody knows that. Okay, so we're going to eat a variety of plant-based foods. If you're worried and you want to make sure your kid gets every nutrient in the proper quantities, which I guarantee you, if almost everybody tracks their kids' nutrition and puts it in an app that will show them the daily values of the nutrients, almost everybody's kid will be deficient in something, if not multiple things. That's not, you know, a vegan thing or anything. So if you have a kid and your kid is vegan, if they are deficient in something, and they should be supplementing with B12. That's because the soil has been depleted. We're not taking care of the soil. It's not because plants are inferior. We don't get B12 from meat. We get B12 from the soil. Okay, that's where it comes from, but we're not getting it from there, so we supplement it. That's why we supplement it. In a perfect world, we can get it right from plants. You could pick a plant right off, out of the ground or whatever, and eat it, and you get B12 that way. Or there are other ways you could get it as well that are a little bit kind of nasty and so on. But the point is that it's not a hard thing to get in a regular world. Okay, so typically a lot of the meat that we get that has B12 is often taking a B12 supplement. So we're taking a secondhand supplement anyway. So with that being said, everybody should be supplementing B12. A lot of meat eaters are deficient in B12. You can look at the stats. Most of the people deficient are meat eaters just because they make up most of the population. So it's not a vegan thing. So my point is, if you're reasonably intelligent and you want to feed your kid a nice, decent variety, not any more crazy amount of variety than anybody else eats, then it's perfectly fine to have your kid on a vegan diet, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing morally questionable, and don't let anybody make you feel bad about it. And by the way, guys, I have 2 children myself. I have 2 sons that I raise, and that I will kick the ass of anybody who tries to tell me what I can and can't feed my children, right? So if you want to feed your kids whatever, that's fine, but you have to stand on your morals. You have to stand for something, okay? And if you believe in veganism, don't worry that your kids are going to be malnourished. They're not going to be malnourished. In fact, once my 2 sons went vegan, they stopped getting sick, okay? They used to get sick on a regular, like every other kid, multiple times a year. They would get sick. They would get, a cold or a stomach bug or whatever it was. It's just every, couple months or so, like throughout the year, multiple times throughout the year. Every winter it was a cold. Now it's not. Okay, we've been vegan for now over 7 years. I think going on 8 years, 7 or 8 years, and that's just not the case anymore for me. That's not the case for them. Now there have been times where we've lacked in certain things because we weren't eating as much variety as we should have been, and we've remedied those things very easily. They never had to happen in the first place. Okay, but this is something that happens to normal people. They just don't realize it. They're deficient in this, they're deficient in that. They're like, oh, I'm tired all the time. I have to have coffee or this, that, and the other. That's generally speaking, assuming it's not a sleep thing. It's, different health issues that people have often are as a result of some sort of a nutrient deficiency of some kind, or it could be stress or a lack of sleep or whatever. That's a complex topic. But anyway, I just want to make this video to tell you guys that, if you want to have vegan children, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not dangerous. It's not crazy. It's not hard or anything like that. That's it. So anyway, let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.